Hello, my name is Levi Kuhn, and this is my demonstration speech. So imagine with me for a moment that you're in Paris and you're standing on the banks of the Seine River. It's a warm day and a cool breeze is blowing off the river into your face. You see a tourist boat go by and you can hear the tourists furiously taking pictures of the Eiffel Tower that's looming hundreds of feet above you. You look off in the distance and down the bank you see Marion Cotillard, the international French actress, and you panic. You don't know what to do. You want to say hello, obviously, like anyone would, but you don't know any French. This is what I'm going to address today. I'm going to give you a base knowledge of the French language and teach you how to greet someone, introduce yourself, ask someone their name, ask them how they are, and then answer that question. So let's begin with the basics. So first, you would start with the greeting. So if you're meeting Marion Cotillard on the banks of the Seine, you would use the formal because you're not friends with Marion Cotillard, most likely. So in this case, you would use bonjour, which just means hello. If you met your friend on the banks of the Seine, you would use a different greeting. So you could use bonjour again, or you could use the more informal salut, which means hi. The next step you would take if you were speaking with someone is you would introduce yourself. So you would say, je m'appelle, in my case, Levi. So je m'appelle Levi. This literally means, when translated back into English, I call myself Levi. The next step you would take, obviously you know who Marion Cotillard is, but if you didn't know who it was and you were meeting someone for the first time and you didn't know their name, you would say, comment vous appelez-vous, which means, what do you call yourself? You'll notice in this one that in Como, you stop pronouncing the word essentially after the last vowel. So it kind of sounds like C-O-M-O. Como vous appelez-vous. You'll also notice in this word that you use the liaison, which if there's a consonant at the end of the word and the next word starts with a vowel, you say the consonant. So vous appelez-vous. If you were informally asking someone what their name was, you would use the tu version, which you would say, comment tu t'appelles-tu, which means, what do you call yourself as well. So if you met Marion Cotillard on the banks of the Seine, you would ask her how she was, obviously. And so in the formal form, you would say, comment êtes-vous, which means, how are you doing? In the informal, you would use the phrase comment ça va, which means, how is it going? Or you would use the phrase ça va, which just means, it's going, question mark. So that's the informal. And then if someone asks you how you were, if Marion Cotillard asks how you were, you'd obviously want to be able to answer. So if you were good, you would say, je suis bien, which you'll notice again that you stop pronouncing after the last vowel, so you don't pronounce the N. It's not bien, it's bien, which means I'm good. You would pronounce, if you were bad, which I don't know how anyone can be bad in Paris, you'd say, je suis mal, which means I am bad. And if you didn't know how you were that day, you would say, mais comme ci, comme ça, which just means so-so. So these are all ways that you could potentially have an introductory conversation in French. So I would challenge everyone that's watching this speech to travel to France. I traveled there for 6 months and studied abroad. And I would tell you that it's very important that first impressions are very important to the French. So this is a great way to get off on the right foot. Now that you know how to greet someone, introduce yourself, ask what their name is, ask them how they are, and answer the question. Thank you for watching.